Co-Chair Graywall-Verk, you can start. We're ready.
Thanks, Ed. Good afternoon, everyone. The special board meeting of the Gateway Development Commission is now called to order. Today, we are holding a public special meeting of the Gateway Development Commission's Board of Commissioners. Today's special meeting is a hybrid of virtual and in-person attendance, and public comment will continue to be solicited in person. Audio is also being live streamed from the Gateway program website. The Commission will solicit comments from members of the public who have signed up for in-person comment. The Commission is also soliciting comments from the public that may be participating today virtually. A form for soliciting these comments is posted on the Gateway program website for those who wish to submit a comment for today's meeting. Acting Secretary Caulfield, may I ask you to conduct a roll call and report on the public notice for today's meeting?
Thank you. Co-Chair Glenn. Co-Chair Glenn.
Sorry, I'm here.
Okay. Co-Chair Graywall-Verk.
Here.
Vice Chair Kosha.
Here.
Commissioner Barbas.
Here.
Commissioner Bauer.
Here.
Commissioner Dominguez.
Here.
Commissioner Rosen.
Here.
We have a quorum. Adequate notice of today's public special meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the Gateway Development Commission has been provided in accordance with the Commission's enabling legislation. The agenda and public documents pertaining to the board special meeting have been made publicly available on the Gateway program website. Notice of the special meeting was posted to the website 5 business days before the meeting, and public notice of the time and place of the meeting was provided to appropriate media outlets. A video recording of the meeting will be posted on the Gateway program website.
Thank you, Ed. The next item on today's agenda is a report on the minutes of the April 16th, 2024 meeting of the board. I will now turn to Mr. Caulfield for a report on the minutes of that meeting.
Copies of the minutes of the meeting of April 16th, 2024 were delivered in electronic form by myself to the governors of New York and New Jersey on April 16th, 2024. The time for action by the governors of New York and New Jersey expired at midnight on April 30th, 2024, at which time actions recorded in the minutes went into full force and effect.
Thank you, Mr. Caulfield. We will now turn to the GDC staff for an update on the Gateway program. Thank you.
I wanted to briefly update you on the project labor agreement that you're going to consider today as the one and only resolution for the board meeting. This PLA deals with the Palisades Tunnel, which is about a mile-long tunnel made up of 2 tunnels, and it is going to be bored with 2 TBMs. There's at the entrance to the tunnel, there's going to be a cut and cover portion, and then there's going to be the entrance to the tunnel rock a portion of the project. There's also part of the Palisades Tunnel is the Hoboken shaft, which is a 120 foot diameter shaft that sits in Hoboken at the border of Weehawken and Hoboken. The tunnel itself will be lined by segmental concrete, which are about 5 to 6 feet in length, and the Palisades Tunnel will have 6 cross passages in the tunnel post-construction. So the procurement that is currently out is the methodology is a design bid build, and the RFQ was released on May 31st. There were 5 firms that were shortlisted. The RFP for the project was released last fall on October 24th. There was an addendum many addendums have been released, but there's a final one that's going to be released shortly, and we anticipate awarding the contract sometime in the summer or fall of this year after the full funding grant agreement. The PLA itself is a very detailed document. The good news is we have all 21 unions that make up the building trades. Hudson County building trades have signed or have agreed to sign the PLA pending your vote today. The scope of the PLA is only through the project, the Palisades project, and will terminate upon completion. Important to us is our DBE goal. The FTA mandates that DBE goals are established for the project. The DBE goal for this project is 16.7%, and all the signatories, the unions, will utilize their best effort to meet this goal. Important for us, because this is obviously a very, very complex and a very important project, and from a taxpayer protection standpoint, for us it was important to get provisions that ensure that the tunnel will go uninterrupted in construction. So work stoppage and lockouts will be handled through an expedited arbitration procedure and not at the cost of our schedule or cost. Similarly, grievances will also be handled by arbitration procedures. So these are contract interpretation questions that are separate and apart from jurisdictional disputes. For us, it was also important to get an apprentice provision in there, and equally important, a Veterans Workforce Development Program provision in there, and both are also in there. Equally important, uniform work rules were important. We have standardized holidays across the PLAs, as well as work rules that apply to the unions. Of course, their underlying CBA also holds. So today, we're going to ask you to vote on, consider and vote on the project labor agreement for the Palisades Tunnel project. Thank you, Co-Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Calori, for the update. Appreciate it. I note for the record that the Commission has solicited in-person and virtual comments from the public in advance of and during today's meeting. A form for soliciting these comments was posted to the GDC website in advance of the meeting. The comment form for virtual participation is also available throughout today's meeting. The Commission received 3 virtual public comments by 5 p.m. on Sunday, May 5th, 2024, from the following individuals: Edward Funches, Inclusion Marketing and Advisement Group, Incorporated; Benjamin Guy from Franklin Grace Resource Center; Alan Hunt from Grant Engineering and Construction Group, LLC. Any virtual comments are received during today's meeting. If they will be distributed to the board and posted on the Gateway Program website after today's meeting. All public comments received will also be filed in the Commission's records. Mr. Caulfield will now conduct the public comment period for those speakers who have registered in person today.
Thank you, Co-Chair. Today we have 6 registered speakers. In order to give everyone an opportunity to be heard, we request you limit your comments to 3 minutes. In accordance with the GDC open meetings policy, the public comment period may be limited to 30 minutes. The first speaker is Carl Evans of KEI Marketing and Consulting.
Yes, good afternoon to the GDC Commission and all of the board members and everyone else in attendance. My name is Carl Evans. I'm managing partner for KEI Marketing and Consulting. If I can, I'd like to take a moment or two just to recognize the passing of Congressman Donald Payne Jr., who was a strong advocate for this project, like he and his father before him. He was put to rest last week, and Build America, the series, which he was heavily responsible for, will continue to move forward. I had the pleasure of meeting with Rob Hickman about a week ago, and we talked very specifically about a number of items, but specifically about the community benefits agreement, especially in light of the report that there would be upwards of 95,000 jobs associated with this project. So today's focus, and I've brought along a number of associates with me who will be speaking, is about jobs, jobs, jobs. So from the standpoint of this project encompassing union, non-union, and PLA, and it was good to hear about the action item today, I think it puts us in a good place. There's an opportunity for second chance in returning citizens, and the groups that are going to be speaking behind me, inclusion as well as positive workforce, have a lot of experience putting people to work, and I think it could be an excellent vehicle for the project moving forward. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Edward Funches of Inclusion LLC.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Edward Funches. I am the founder and president of Inclusion. I established this company with the mission to raise awareness for the disability community, which is unfortunately have experienced the highest unemployment rate than any other community. Additionally, I advocate for formerly incarcerated individuals and those experiencing homelessness, as I firsthand experienced with both. In building my company, I relied on the support of these individuals who not only believe in me and support, we share the same vision. We are certified with the Port Authority, and we have been in business for 10 years. If the Gateway Development Project believes in equal opportunity, diversity, and inclusion, we should be a part of this project in some form or fashion. The $16 billion Gateway program is a once-in-a-lifetime effort that should economically benefit all of us who live and work in the region. There is a human side to all brick-and-mortar projects. GDC should investigate how it can include those with physical disabilities and challenges. The project is big enough and long enough to encourage the unions to offer more apprenticeships, opportunities for minorities and ex-offenders. Every day I wake up, I am thankful for those who provide me with the inspiration to change my life and enable me to help change the lives of others. There are not enough firms like Inclusion trying to help and lead the way and open doors for those seeking redemption and a new start. Provide us with opportunities, and we will help put people back to work and make the dream of Gateway a reality. I thank you for this time, and I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next speaker is Vincent Torres of Positive Workforce, Inc.
Thank you and good afternoon. My name is Vincent Torres. I'm one of the directors of Positive Workforce, a not-for-profit workforce development organization dedicated to advocacy in the construction industry for over 30 years tenured in Harlem, New York City. We've been responsible for the placement of over 30,000 job opportunities in our over 30-year tenure. I'm here today to appeal to the Commission to implement a community benefits agreement as it relates to the Gateway development. A benefits agreement is a project-specific agreement between, in this case, government agency, commissions, and a broad community coalition that details the project's contributions to the community and ensures community support for the project by addressing a range of community issues properly structured in the CBA, which is legally binding and directly enforceable by the signatories. Why a community benefits agreement? I can tell you a lot of reasons why. I'm going to specifically talk today just about as it relates to construction workforce development due to the time that we have. I'm just going to stay focused on that, and that's an area that I'm pretty familiar with. Community benefits agreements give impacted, traditionally marginalized, underserved, underprivileged, disenfranchised, and excluded communities and individuals a real voice, setting the stage for greater community stewardship and participation of a given project. CBAs hold government agencies, commissions, construction managers, general contractors, subcontractors accountable for their promises to local government and residents. Community benefits maximizes returns to local residents, minorities, and women seeking jobs in the construction union and industry. PLAs are great, but they often list best efforts only, as we already saw in today's earlier presentation, which we appreciate, and there's certain been a lot of inroads made by the construction building trades, but we are far and much, much more still remains. Second Avenue Subway, which is a project recently that was put together in New York City, which was a plus billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar project, yielded under 3% women participation, even though the project is under a federal mandate to double that number. It didn't even meet that 6% mandate. And it had a PLA enforced and in effect throughout the entire projects. As it relates to, minority participation, particularly women participation in construction, the PLAs just simply don't cut it. And we need to urge, and I'm here today to urge the committee to really implement a CBA that will ensure this type of participation. We have an opportunity, and we don't want to lose that. I thank you for this time. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Yuli Martinez.
Good afternoon. My name is Yuli Martinez. I'm an attorney that was involved with the Bronx Terminal Market Community Benefits Agreement Task Force that negotiated the agreement. And I really see this as an opportunity to kind of get right what we haven't been able to get right throughout New York City with regard to community benefits agreements. Rather than have like a commission or a developer or local public officials decide who would be on a community benefit agreement task force, we know who this project, this Gateway project is impacting, the businesses that it's impacting, the nonprofits that it's impacting, the community groups that it's impacting. Let's bring all of them to the table so that we can have a robust conversation about what amenities and what mitigations can be helpful to the community so that you get the buy-in from all of the community. Another suggestion I have is for any community benefit agreement that is negotiated, incorporate that negotiated community benefit agreement into the agreement between government and the developer for this particular project. That way it allows government to enforce the community benefit agreement on behalf of those community stakeholders that are impacted by this project and that are often marginalized through land use processes like this. Also, another way to mention the benefits of community benefits agreements, they really have, an opportunity to maximize returns on local government investment and development, right? And also, community benefits programs transform regions through stronger, more equitable economies. Community benefit programs also generate public support and economic development projects. They hold developers accountable for their promises to local governments, nonprofits, small businesses, and communities. They provide results in they improve the projects and the benefit to the whole community and attract local business and customers. Time is money, and community benefits agreements where you got the buy-in of the community, it really helps to kind of like smooth the process from the beginning to the end of these developments, because you've already incorporated the community, negotiated with the community, and gotten the community's buy-in to support the project. So I'm really here to support the concept of community benefit agreement into this project, because I think it'll just benefit everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is Michael Palmer of Port of Inclusion.
Good day to the board and everybody. My name is Michael Palmer. I am a benefactor of inclusion. I just came out from the feds. I had 2 life sentences in 20 years. I did 34 years. President Trump made the drug laws retroactive. I met Edward Funches, and from that day on, my life changed. He introduced me to Carl Evans, and they have been taking me on a journey of positivity and growth Edward Funches introduced me to William Allen of Harlem, who now I'm going to be starting Columbia University in September. But I want to say that I'm a veteran, and what I'm bringing to the table that Mr. Funches is going to do, we're going to work with veterans and ex-cons, because there's a lot of good guys in jail. And this program, this opportunity will offer work for people like myself who are willing to work. And all we want is a second chance, because that's what the second chance bill says. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The last speaker is Zahid Ishaq of ZI Engineering.
My name is Zahid Ishaq. I thank the board for this opportunity. I came here to, I'm president of ZI Engineering, a engineering consulting firm, construction management firm out of Long Island, New York. And just want to know how a firm can take part in the project and provide services. We are a DBE firm. I understand there are DBE goals. Thank you.
Thank you. There are no more speakers.
Project labor agreement between GDC and the Hudson County Building Trades Council.
Thank you, Chris. Do any of the commissioners wish to comment? Is there a motion from a commissioner to consider this resolution?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I move this motion to a vote. Mr. Caulfield, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn,
Yes.
Co-Chair Graywall-Verk,
Yes.
Vice Chair Kosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Barbas,
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer,
Yes.
Commissioner Dominguez,
Yes.
Commissioner Rosen.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you, Ed. We will now be entering into executive session to discuss contract negotiations, personnel matters, and matters in which the release of information could impair a right to receive funds from the United States. After the executive session, the board will reconvene in public session for the purposes of adjourning the meeting, and for no further business will be conducted at that time. I make a motion to enter into executive session to discuss contract negotiations, personnel matters, and matters in which the release of information could impair a right to receive funds from the United States or other grantor. May I have a second, please?
So moved.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Good afternoon again. I hereby reconvene the open session board meeting. Mr. Caulfield, do we have a quorum?
Yes, we have a quorum.
Right. There being no further business to conduct today, I motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Alicia. Is any discussion? Right, hearing none, I move this motion to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Right, motion is approved and the meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody, for being here this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thanks.